and welcome to the Fifth Quarter AZ. My name is Danny Neal, and I will be one of your co-hosts today. So before we get started, we can't do anything without our other co-host, my guy, the coach, Mr. Tyrone Johnson. How you doing today, Coach?
Coach, things are well. How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Yeah.
There you go. So, man, it was a good week for you, and get out here and had a chance to get out there and compete in the Open this week, basketball. How'd that go?
Obviously not like we wanted in the end, but the girls came out and competitive. We were ranked 25 as far as the Open, and we played Ramy Kellis, who was ranked 8th. And so when you talk about our individual divisions, we're 5th in the 4A, and they were 1st in 5A. And so we had to go on the road to play against them. But we went down there, and the girls at first looked like they were timid, like they were scared. But then after halftime, they figured it out, and we competed. And, it's a 3-point game with less than a minute left. And we just weren't able to capitalize to finish it off.
Right. But the thing is, you're so young.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of experiences for a lot of people. Someone like a senior like Tegan Martin to get out there and carry the team like she did. Says a lot from seniors all the way down to freshmen on the squad this year.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Having somebody like T who leads through example, who leads vocally, who pushes, who works hard, who's committed to play at the next level already, and and who's played in 2 state championship games already. She knows what she's talking about, and just getting other girls to understand and come along as they do that, we'll be all right.
Yeah, man. So kudos to them, but also kudos to Flag High boys team who got out and worked this year. Coconino Girls, Coconino boys, the NPA basis, and all the winter sports.
Yeah,
because it wasn't just basketball. It was I think we did wrestling, we had soccer, and I guess Coconino went on and just got put out the other night. But they went deep into the state tournament, soccer-wise, for the girls, so kudos to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was good, man. But look, man, I was going to tell you.
And before you skip over, kudos to, our other levels, too. I mean, I know that you yourself had another great season as far as the JV team went. Big ups to Coach Jess in her first year head coaching, the freshman program and stuff like that. Picking it up from Coach Janey, you know what I mean? No easy task, and she did great in just coming out and working. And I'm quite sure, every other school in Flagstaff probably had some similar successes, but we definitely did well with our JV and freshman program.
We did, and I look at the freshmen who were basically playing. I ain't gonna say they're second and third string teams because they proved that they could play first and second string just like anybody else, because you took 5 off the freshman team.
Yeah.
They're probably their starting 5. 4 went on to play varsity and 1 played JV.
Yep.
So that was the starters and the freshmen. Coach Jess' first year there, players' first year there.
Yep.
And then to be as successful as they were says a lot about the players, Coach Jess and Coach Jasmine Dugai, who came from playing last year onto the squad. So it was good, man. But we talk a lot about high school sports, man. But I'm going to switch over to pros right now. Back in 1999, our Spurs won their first championship. I bought this back in 1999.
Okay.
When they first won their first championship. I wore it today because Pop is out the rest of the year. He just had a stroke, and Greg Popovich, our beloved coach of the Spurs,
right?
Because of his stroke, is out the rest of the season, and they say it could be career-ending.
Yeah.
So this is my
a little homage
to Greg Popovich, man.
Yeah.
And my Spurs, because I'm a Spurs fan. I understand what Booker did for all the girls and the shoes and all that.
Yep.
Good for you, Book. But I just been a Spurs fan, man. So this why I'm wearing this today.
Well, that's all right, Coach. That's all right. Paying some respect to Pop, you know what I mean, and the Spurs themselves, and so. That's a beautiful thing, Coach.
Yeah, this was literally one of their warm-ups back then.
Uh-huh.
So I bought it, and Just brought it out of the closet today.
Yeah, that's back in the Sean Elliott days.
Yeah, man, that was back in the Sean Elliott days when they also had Dave Robertson and Avery Johnson and all them. So it was good stuff, man. But hey, it's been great, man, and we're just moving forward. You still will be playing Thursday night.
Yep.
7 p.m. At against Walden Grove, is it?
It's Walden Grove.
Walden Grove. Man, I messed that up. Yes. Man, what do you know about them?
They got a couple 6-footers. They play hard. They play aggressive just as a team, as a unit. So they're going to get after it. They look like they try to press. They'll play some zones, some 3-2 type stuff, but they're physical and like I say, aggressive. And so we're going to have to match the aggressiveness. We're going to have to push the pace. And then we're going to have to really be fundamental with our box outs and just everything in order to be able to hopefully get that one in advance.
Right. And so, just wish the Lady Eagles good luck. Want to wish all of the spring sports. Mm-hmm. Looks like they may finally get some weather. Usually when we don't get snow like this, they wait till it's time for spring and then it snows. Right. And mess up their season. Right. So although we do need snow, we need water, we also need these kids to get out there and enjoy their spring sports. So good luck to all the spring sports throughout Flagstaff and the community. Little plug here for Flagstaff Hoops. If anybody's interested in doing a little competitive basketball, running with Flagstaff Hoops, a program been around 23 years, all certified high school coaches, and girls and boys looking to get started with that. If anyone's interested in being part of the Flagstaff Hoops basketball travel organization, hit us up, 5th Quarter, Facebook, IG, and if you like what we're doing right now, just with the 5th Quarter, give us that like, subscribe, give us some ideas of people to bring on, and we'll figure out a way to get out here and talk to them and make them a part of this and get them into the middle of our madness.
Absolutely. And then if you're not doing anything Thursday, come out and support the Lady Eagles. I mean, at this point in time, we're the only team left in basketball still playing, and so now it's just about Flagstaff. It's not about Flag High. It's not about Coconino. It's just about Flagstaff coming together as a community. So if you're out and about on Thursday, stop by the Flag High gym. Really come and support us and push us on to that next game.
That's right, man. And I know the Coconino boys are also still in. Oh, they're not? Mm-mm. The Coconino boys are out? Okay, well.
They lost to Bradshaw.
Okay. Well, good season to Coach Cooper and his boys, and as they go further. Yep. So, yeah, man, hopefully we can get some people out there, and hopefully we can go further and everything. But it's time, man, to get our guest in.
Yeah, let's do it.
And a new sport. So, hey, let's do this. Well, Coach, today, there's so many new sports coming out, right? Yep. I mean, AIA is just going crazy. Mm-hmm. With new sports. You took over the flag football program with no notice or anything, did a great job with that. Mm-hmm. And our guest today is someone who is also one of these new sports that's just taken over big time. I mean, it's crazy. And that's female wrestling.
Yep.
And so today, our guest is a young lady from Coconino High School, Vanetta Merrell. Welcome, Vanetta. We hear you're a female wrestler, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really? So how'd you get into, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, coming up and wherever.
I grew up in Flagstaff my whole life. All my siblings did, too. And I have 4 brothers, and I've just grown up here my whole life. I've tried a lot of different sports, and, yeah.
That's cool. So 4 brothers. Where do you land in the sibling lineup?
I have 3 older ones and 1 younger one.
Okay, that's what's up. So then you talked about other sports. What sports did you play coming up?
I did baseball, dance, basketball, volleyball. I just tried everything out.
Just everything, huh?
Yeah.
So was it baseball or was it softball that you did?
Baseball.
Okay.
Because all my brothers were playing baseball and softball was at other fields. So my parents just said, you're going to do baseball.
That's cool.
And that was smart. And what position did you play?
I didn't go very high. I only went to like AA, I think.
Right, but position, I mean, as far as, did you were you a first baseman, outfield, catcher?
I think I mostly did outfield or catcher.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So how did you get into wrestling?
Well, my older brothers did it in middle school, and 2 of them did it in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't doing very well in volleyball or basketball because I'm not very coordinated. So then my dad was like, "They're having a wrestling practice. You want to go?" And I knew some friends there, so I decided to go, and I really enjoyed it. So I just stuck with it.
Really?
So what grade were you when you first started wrestling?
I started at the end of my 7th grade year and started going to off-season practices, and then I started doing in-season practices in 8th grade.
Really?
Wow.
So when you first started, were you having to wrestle the boys?
Yeah, so
Because there were no girls?
well, there were some girls that went to the off-season practices, but mostly wrestled the boys because that's what you do in middle school because there's not very many girls that wrestle. And the ones that did wrestle were not near my weight class, so yeah.
So you're just a freshman this year, correct?
Yes.
So you've just been wrestling in essence. Look, let me get my math skills together. 8th grade and 9th grade. This is your 2nd year wrestling.
Yep.
And how did things go for you this year?
This year I did pretty well. I got 4th at sectionals, made it to state, and then I went 1 and 2 at state. So I didn't place, but that's still pretty good for a freshman, and I'm hoping
Very
to
good.
place in
Very
future
good.
years.
Congratulations.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, big congrats.
And you seem like this nice, bubbly young freshman, you know, and girls do. How do you turn that off when it's time to get mean?
I don't really get mean. I know some of my teammates do, but I just kind of, go for it. And then I sometimes talk to my opponents too. Like, I'll be all friendly with them. But once you're on the mat, you just wrestle them like they're your opponent and try and win.
But that's got to be a whole different frame of mind, a whole different attitude to go from, like I say, this bubbly young lady to now I'm finna throw you down and put you in a chokehold. You know? So how do you turn that on and turn that off?
I just get ready for a match, and I go out there, and when I shake their hand, they're my enemy, and I try and beat them.
So when you're talking, is it always friendly, or is there any little trash talking going on at times?
There's some trash talking. Like some of those girls are mean, and then the other ones are really nice. But you just gotta go out there and wrestle them.
You just got to show them on the mat, huh?
Yep.
That's good. That's good. So, I mean, were you always someone who got out there and ran and did things like this? Because to be in shape to wrestle, you're
Yeah.
tip-top shape. It's. I don't know if, we both coach basketball, and I know
Yeah.
what he sends the girls through. I'm a little bit more lenient. But, and I think even in wrestling, even more.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, you have to be in more shape. Were you always that person that...
No, I wasn't that athletic ever. But once you start leaning into it in the preseason, because I always go to preseason practices. So it slowly gets progressively harder and harder for the conditioning, and then once you're in season, it's just full go, and you just try your best. And everyone's encouraging you to not die. So.
Most definitely. And then, you mentioned earlier that in middle school, there wasn't a lot of girls to wrestle because there was nobody in your weight class.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the different weight classes. Tell us the weight class that you wrestled at, and then just some of your matches this year.
Okay, so in middle school, I wrestled at 135. And there were girls from other schools that I wrestled. I wrestled quite a few girls at that weight class in middle school from other schools, but there were also a lot of boys, but no one from Sonoa. And then in high school, I've wrestled at 126, and it's only girls in high school because the AIA has separate sports for it now. Mm-hmm. And so I just wrestle girls now, and it goes pretty well, most of them.
So if you were at 134, now you're down to 126. Was that a hard transition once you got to high school, and is it hard to keep it that weight?
So when I got to high school, it was preseason, and during the preseason, because like I said, they do conditioning progressively, my weight started going down, and we decided that 126 would probably be the best weight class for me to wrestle to get the best competition and be at my best, strength-wise.
Okay. And now that the season's over, I mean, like with basketball, season's over, then we go into travel basketball. Is there anything like that for wrestling?
So what I'm going to start doing now is called freestyle wrestling. So in high school, you do folk style wrestling. And so the girls lots of times do freestyle wrestling. That's what they do in college and the Olympics. And it's just a different type. And so I'll be doing some of that during the off season. But it's kind of just off-season practices like twice a week.
So can you describe kind of what the difference is between the two styles of wrestling?
Of course. So folk style, you try and get takedown and then you try and get them on their back pinned, right? And then in freestyle, most of the time your goal is to like outnumber them with points. So there's different ways of getting points. So in like folk style, you take them down, you get 3 points. In freestyle, you also do that. But then every time you turn them over in freestyle, you get 2 points. And then if you beat them by 15 points, then the match is automatically over. And then in folk style, you don't every time you turn them, you have to hold them there, and then you get points for how many. And then you can either let them back up or pin them.
So everybody's got their go-to move.
Oh yeah.
What is your go-to move?
I've got to say I like the cradles or the tilts the best.
Explain them to me.
So cradle is when you have their head in one arm and their leg in their other, and you're holding them like a baby kind of, and you shove their knee in their side and your forehead in their forehead.
That's nice, girl.
And you just hold them there. And then a tilt is the Coconino's wrestling go-to move. Like this is what our coach loves teaching. And you have them down and then you shove their arm over, you have their elbow, and you stick your knee in the inside of their leg, and then you roll over, and then you have your knee their leg in between your elbow and your knee, and you're holding them down, and then you get points, and then you can let them back up and then go for a Turk, which you pick up the leg, sweep your leg under, and twist their head so then they're laying on their back.
Now, would you mind if I demonstrated the cradle on Coach Neal? Let's see if I can do it right. No, in all seriousness. No.
See, wait. No. We ain't going to stop there. No. You say you wrestled in different weight classes. You got your go-to move. Now, say it's somebody like him that's bigger than me, but I'm quicker than him. Could you show me a move that I could take him down with?
If he's quicker than you and you're...
No, he's bigger than me, but I'm quicker than him.
Oh, yeah. Like in the heavyweight weight classes, lots of times they'll have underweight people that are fast go up, and if they're slow, big and slow, you can take them down real easy.
So you
sometimes.
You can show me something to take him down.
Yeah.
But then I'm not big and slow. I'm just big. I ain't slow. I ain't gonna let that man get up under me.
Also, he's looking a little shorter than you, so he could lower his level and grab your legs, and you might be done for.
So that's my next point right there. When you coming in, when you first start the match, y'all start on your feet. So are you somebody that likes to shoot, like you were just saying, for the legs to grab them up and
body slam?
I don't know if you can technically body slam in there, but
close enough.
Yeah, grab one. But is that your style, or do you just like to grapple and go for the head at first and then try to bring them down?
I like to wait for them to shoot and then I'll be defensive, which isn't the best. I think I need to start shooting more. And I can shoot really well. I just I'm scared to.
But what are you scared of? I mean, in a sense, like if you're scared to shoot, are you scared that their defense is gonna get on top of you? You're gonna be on bottom and then pin position?
Yeah. But most of the time, if they shoot, then I'll do that to them. So then I'll be able to do that. But I can't. The few shots that I have taken this season, it's only been 5. They've turned out really well and get them down. So I think I'll start doing that more.
So how many matches did you actually wrestle this year as far as in a regular season?
In the regular season, I think I wrestled about probably 30, 35 matches.
Oh, wow.
And how long do they last?
So it depends on the tournament, but usually they have 3 2-minute periods, so then it'll be 2, 2, 2. And the first one you start neutral, and then you get to choose, like, if you start neutral, top or bottom in the other 2. And then you just go. And then if you're in the loser's bracket, it goes 1, 2, 2. And then, yeah. But it ends if you pin them, so.
Okay. How many pins did you get this year?
Most of my wins were pins, so it's probably around 20.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, and we noticed that your brothers also wrestled.
Yeah.
How much do they help you? How much advice do they give you? Do they get you in some holes and try to have you free to get out of them?
Oh, yeah. They used to always, like, wrestle at home, so I always, like, try moves that I used to see them doing. And then my oldest brother, he's always getting on me at tournaments. Like, he's trying to coach me all around.
Is he?
And then my second brother, he's off in North Dakota right now, so I don't get to have as much coaching from him right now. But I'm sure once he gets back, he'll be right back to it.
How much do you listen to him?
Not that much.
Say that's the reason why you got a coach, because you're supposed to listen to your coach and not your brother, right?
That's all right. That's all right.
So how many matches do you do per tournament? Like, do you do like one, or is the tournament itself you do like a match and then you get seeded and you have to keep going to win the tournament, or how does that work?
So there's like 2 different like wrestling things. There's like jamborees and tournaments for girls. So for jamborees, you just like wrestle like as many people in your weight class as you can in like the time that they give you. So those are usually like after school. But then like actual tournaments, you have to work your way through a bracket. It's usually double elimination brackets.
Okay.
So yeah.
And if you stay in the winner's bracket, about how many matches do you have to win to get to the championship?
Well, it depends, but like for my middle school one, in 8-man bracket, you have to win 3, and then in 16-man, I think you have to win 4, and then 32, I think 5 or 6.
Okay, 32. That's a big bracket.
Yeah, I've only been in one of those before, but
is that the state tournament? Is it 32, or how many is the state tournament?
State tournament is 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many girls were on Coconino's wrestling team?
This year we started out with, I believe, 8, and then by the end of the season, with like injuries and things, we had 4 competing at the sectionals tournament. But the two of the injured ones are still very into wrestling. They'll be wrestling next year, and then we had 2 seniors quit, so that wasn't very good.
Yeah, and so what are your plans as you go further?
I plan to keep wrestling and just like try and keep getting better. Like I feel pretty like good, like confident, and I think I can be like a team captain over the next few years.
There you go.
So, and like build up the team a lot. I'm like trying to recruit some of my friends come wrestle.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, and I can definitely see you being a team captain. I can definitely see you being that one to keep everybody up.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's good stuff. So with wrestling, have you given any thought to maybe flag football?
Flag football, I have given thought to it. Like I thought about it. I would have to get some of my friends to do it with me though, because I like having people that I can be friends with. But I have very little coordination, so I don't know if I could.
But you gotta have some coordination to wrestle now.
You gotta have some.
Not as much as you do for ball sports.
But Vanetta, if you do get out there on that flag football field, remember it's flag. We ain't out there tackling or nothing like that. We pulling flags.
She flipping people over.
I might get a few penalties.
But that's all right.
So what about your off season in terms of weightlifting and stuff like that? Now that you're in the high school level, do you guys have an off season strength training program, and are you participating in that, or do you plan to participate in weight training?
Yeah, so our Coconino wrestling team, we do like over the summer, it's like morning weight training practices. And I went to a few over the summer last year because I was in 8th grade, so I could. Mm-hmm. And I think I want to go to most of them this year because I really need to work on my strength.
Okay. And, you know, how does it work between, so you have girls wrestling, Flag High has girls wrestling. Mm-hmm. Are those the only 2 in Flagstaff?
I believe so.
An MPA or bases? Or
I don't think they have girls teams. At least I'm not sure if they do or not yet.
during the summer when you go do these competitions, is it a mixture of Flagstaff girls, or is it just all Coconino, or how does that work?
Well, for competitions during the summer, we usually have like off-season practices where we'll go over to like Flag High, or they'll come over to us, so then we can get like a good mixture of different like coaching styles and things like that. And we have girls coaches, and they don't have like coaches that are girls for the girls, so they like coming over to ours to get some. But during the summer, it's usually just like you go if you want to or not, and like it's not really all together. You kind of just go if you want to.
And I guess that was my point to it, that I know in other sports, how the Flag Hang, Coconino girls, and NPA, they get along, and it seems the same with you guys, with the young ladies from Flag High's wrestling team.
Yeah,
and then when it's time to compete, it's time to compete, as you said.
Yeah.
So how'd you do against Flag High?
I beat the Flag High girl that I wrestled, and then she went down. She went down one more weight class, so I couldn't wrestle her anymore. But there were no one in like my specific weight class, and then some of our other girls, I think they got beat by Flag High, but they gave up a good fight, that's for sure.
So you got girls changing weight classes to avoid you, huh?
I don't think it was exactly to avoid me, but you could say that.
We'll say that.
We're gonna say that. So, and how long has this been an AIA sport?
I think it's been an AIA sport for like 3 years, 4 years. I'm not quite sure. I should have done research, but
no, actually, the host should have done research.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. But yeah, because it's such a new sport.
Oh yeah.
But it's just taking off. It's just taking off. And so, is there a Grand Canyon region? Like in football, basketball, we have a Grand Canyon region where we have teams like Mojave and King, Lee Williams, Prescott, and we're all in one region. Is it the same?
So in wrestling, it's a little bit different like that. We have sections and divisions. So for boys, we're in Division 3, and for girls, we're in Division 2. There's only 2 divisions.
Oh. Okay.
And then in sectionals, that's like you wrestle off there to go to state. So sectionals, we had like just other schools in our section kind of, and I think that's like kind of what you're talking about, but it's like a little bit different in terms of wrestling versus like football and those sports.
Gotcha. So there's no 6A, 5A, 4A.
No, it's called divisions, and then there's like 4 divisions for the boys and 2 for the girls.
And I guess what I'm saying is, how do they separate the 6A from the 4A wrestlers?
Yeah, so
Division 1, right?
Yeah, D1 is the best, and then it goes like progressively gets worse.
But you said there was only 2, right, for the girls?
For the girls, yeah. And we're in Division 2 because we just haven't had a girls team very well.
Yeah, so I think with that, what you get with your Division 1 for wrestling and stuff like that, you get your schools with your more populous student body. So not necessarily that, because you could probably go up there and beat some 5A and 6A people, you know what I mean? But Division 1 will be your more populated schools, so you'll have your 6As and your 5As. Then Division 2, you probably got your 4A, 3A, and then if there's any 2A and 1A, they'll probably be in there too.
Yeah.
So, do you have a rivalry opponent, somebody that you look forward to, somebody that's beat you and then you came back and beat them? Do you have anybody that you have a rivalry as far as an opponent?
Kind of. So there's this girl from Round Valley, and she beat me the first time I wrestled, and it was my first loss of the season after winning like 15 matches. I wanted to get at it. And then the next time I wrestled her, I pinned her, and I was really excited, and then she beat me again at a different tournament, and I didn't get to see her at state, so I'm hoping I can keep wrestling her over the years and beat her more.
That is all right. Yeah, so how did your attitude change against her?
It's kind of the same as everyone else, except I want to win more. So then I'll usually try, but I try. You
try all the time. Yeah. You try all the time. But that's just a little more added incentive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure she feels the same way about you.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you learn, in essence, when you got that first loss? You came in, Obviously, middle school, you're wrestling some boys, some girls. Now you get in high school, you're a freshman, you're doing very well, and then you get this defeat.
Well, it was my first loss, and I think I just wanted to beat her after that. Like, some losses I'm, like, sad about, but, like, they're obviously better than me. But I felt like I could have beaten her, so I wanted to just go out and wrestle her again, try and win. And I think I feel like that a lot with all of my losses. I just want to go out and beat them again.
Do you do anything differently in practice as far as after loss? Do you come back more focused? Do you try different techniques? Do you switch anything up?
Oh yeah. Like, after one of my tournaments, I pulled a semi-slide where you get in the semifinals and then you go all the way to 6th place, losing 3 matches. It was not a good day for me.
Oh, wow.
That's why she beat me the second time.
Look, I ain't trying to open up old wounds, but yeah, tell us about it.
And then my coach had like a long talk with me, and I came back to practice, and I was ready to practice, and I started tiring her out. So that was a good sign because I was wrestling with her that day. And then I just kept on going, and I kept on pushing myself even harder after that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's cool.
So what did you learn? What was it that?
I just learned I need to, like, push harder in practice. I hadn't been pushing myself hard enough. I had been, like, staying at the same level instead of getting better, and I think I just wanted to start getting better after that.
That's cool. Now, being a student as well, how have you been able to balance things in the season? Because wrestling is demanding, obviously keeping in shape, eating right, and then, you know, you got to keep your studies up in order to be able to get onto the mat. How has that been for you as a freshman in high school?
Well, I've always been, like, really academically strong, so I think I just, like, and I have lots of good friends around me that if I'm, like, falling behind, I can always ask them for help. And my coaches are very smart too. Like, they had to do that in high school, so they gave us lots of strategies. Like if you need to miss a practice to work on something, then you need to miss practice to be able to get that up, so then you can wrestle better in the future and actually be able to wrestle instead of going on probation.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Well, that's good. So, do you have any aspirations of doing this in college?
I have thought about it because there's lots of good opportunities for scholarships and things out there right now for girls because it's such like a fastly growing sport and lots of colleges want that like diversity in their colleges. So I've definitely thought about it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it takes us.
Do you know what you want to do as far as a career path or anything, or what you want to study in college?
Yeah, I want to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
And like just work anything with animals.
So you're an animal lover then, huh?
Oh yeah.
How many pets you got?
Right now we only have one dog, but I want more. I'm actually on the way here. I was trying to convince my mom that we should get a second dog.
See, you need to use that as your motivation, or your mom need to hang it in front of you. Say, okay, you win a state title, then we can get a dog.
Ooh, that's smart.
Sorry, Mom.
That's a good one. And, you know, just meeting you here today and see how outgoing you are and just comfortable talking to people. You're obviously a people person. Have you given any thought to coaching, doing little camps, getting younger girls involved into wrestling? Because it's such a new sport. A lot of girls probably don't even know it's a sport.
Yeah.
So have you thought about doing more advocating for the sport, more maybe clinics or things like that?
Oh, yeah. Like, I started going to, like, the middle school. I went there to help with some practices, and I, like, talked to all the girls trying to convince them to come to Coco for wrestling. And
that's recruiting.
You're good because it's open boundaries.
Yeah,
so you're good.
Yeah.
And then there's Northern Arizona Grapplers practice, and some girls have been going to those. So I try and go to those sometimes and just like show them that like they can do that. And then obviously whenever I see some like strong girls, I'll be like, yo, you should come try some wrestling. Oh yeah.
So Northern Arizona Grapplers, is that who you wrestle with during the summer?
That's who I wrestled with in the summer of middle school. And then in high school, it's just through the Coconino. But in middle school, that's who I started out with. And there's like really great coaches for that.
Give them a plug.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of kids though. So
they don't need a plug.
well, it's like Aaron Suzuki. He coaches the middle school, and then he also runs the Northern Arizona Grapplers, and they just get to come in and wrestle for free, and it's really fun.
Well, that's cool.
They get a lot of people?
Yeah, they have a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So is it people that maybe just want to throw somebody around, or is it working on techniques?
Well, it's younger kids, so we're usually working on technique, and then the really young ones, because people bring in like their really young kids, they'll just like mess around on a mat for some time, and then like the slightly older kids, they'll like go over techniques and things like that.
That's cool. So when you were in middle school and you were wrestling some of the boys, what was the transition like going from wrestling like the boys to just wrestling girls?
It was just like a different change. Like girls are definitely different to wrestle because like we have different like centers of like gravity, so you have to like transition that over and like learn about like what girls do, because girls do different things than boys lots of times while wrestling. But it was pretty easy to transition over. You just like start like once you get into it, then it's pretty easy to transition over.
Okay.
You know, scientific and stuff.
Hey man. Look, inquiring minds want to know. So.
I guess so. That's you know, I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
So coming out of this past season, what is the one thing you can say, I got to work on this? I got to get better at this.
Probably shooting.
The shooting. I know you said the shooting.
Oh yeah. I just need to get more confident with my shots and become less of a defensive wrestler and become more of an offensive wrestler, because I think I could do really well there. I just am scared too. So.
Well, do you find that the people that are more aggressive, I guess, offensively minded, are they the ones that are having more success?
It depends if they have the good technique for that. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I could have the technique for that. I just need to work on it a lot. But if you come off too aggressive and you don't have the technique for it, someone who's more defensive can absolutely take you down real quick.
That's a trap then, huh?
Yeah.
And so I guess that's my next question, because you said a couple times, which I don't know if I believe, that you're not that coordinated, you're not that athletic.
Oh, yeah.
So who has the better chance? Someone who's very quick and very athletic, and somebody who's very disciplined with their technique?
So it depends on. So yeah, I think the person with more technique will probably win that one, unless the fast person has technique. Because like one of my older brother's matches, we saw this guy come out and he was like really strong, really fast, and we're like, oh, my brother's gonna get absolutely cooked here. But then he started wrestling, and my brother had been wrestling for a while and had more technique, and the other guy got pinned in like the first period, which I think is really cool representation of like if you have more technique, you can win against those faster, stronger people.
Yeah, that's
Don't
cool.
have to be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. How many first round pins of your 20 or so pins this year? How many were first rounders?
Lots of them. I'd probably say like probably at least half of them, because girls wrestling, it's like such a different variety of like skill levels, because some people have just started wrestling this year and some people have been wrestling for a while. So like the people that I wrestled have first year, I'm obviously going to beat them because I've been wrestling for a little bit longer, been involved in the sport for a little bit longer than them. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, you know what, Vanetta, that's all right. And I always say with this show, we get smarter. And once again, I know I definitely got smarter. I didn't know all these different things about wrestling, and I thought you just go out there and grab somebody, throw them down, and then if they throw you down too hard, you go to punching or something. So we appreciate you, and congratulations on, excuse me, what you've accomplished so far, and what you will continue to accomplish. We want to stay in the know as to what you're doing, and just really support you. And here at Fifth Quarter, we want to make sure that we every time you do something or there's some news about you, we want to put it out there.
Okay.
So, hey, it's just been nice meeting you, and you're a ball of fire, girl. And you just keep on going, keep working hard, and we're gonna have to come watch one of them matches that you have.
Okay.
Thank you for being on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna get no golden nugget question today.
Oh yeah. So every.
I'm scared.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
At the end of every show, we have a segment where Coach Johnson will ask you his golden nugget question of the day. What you got for us, Coach?
All right, Vanetta. Now, you were saying in terms of trying to get people out to the sport, some of the younger kids and everything like that, if you had one pitch, one thing to really sell people on girls wrestling, what would it be?
I'd say just come out and try it. Like, just come out and try it, because lots of people are scared to come out and try it. But if you come out and try it, you might find that you really like it. And we need more people that will just stay. So just come try.
There you have it. Come out and try it. You know, definitely want to see the sport grow. Like you say, it's growing rapidly, it's growing fast, and I think it's just a cool opportunity for girls here in Flagstaff to be able to wrestle against girls and have this opportunity. And like Coach was saying earlier, congratulations to you on all your success, especially just being a freshman, and we look forward to seeing what you're going to do over these next 3 years.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun. So, like I say, we'll come watch you out there throwing girls around and laughing and giggling while you're doing it.
Hey, we come watch. We expect to see that C out there. We expect to see you as a team captain now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. So thank you for coming. And like I said, if there's anything we can do to help support you along the way, please let us know.
Thank you.
All right. Well, good, Coach. I'm about to get with Vanetta, and I'm going to learn that little move she's talking about. Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna get out there in the middle of the court one day, and we better get on the mat, because I want to throw you hard.
Because the thing of it is, Coach, and I shouldn't be talking about my fighting days back in younger days. I had a wrestler try to shoot, and it didn't end up good for him. So
It did good.
It didn't end up good for him.
Right, well, now you know you got to teach me something else. All right. Well, Coach, it's been good, and this is just girls wrestling, man, the way it's been taking off, and it's just really good. If I was a guy wrestler, I'd probably be scared to wrestle a girl, though, man. You know what I mean? And evil they get.
Oh, man, absolutely. But as one of our challenges, we gonna go to the mat, man, and we gonna do senior citizen wrestling.
Now, you gonna have to come referee. You got to officiate.
I got you.
Okay, how long do we have to stay down before we have to tap out?
It's just as soon as the shoulders hit,
Pass
right?
out before you tap out.
You got that?
I'm tapping. I ain't passing out. Well, look here, man. It's been a good show.
Yes,
we definitely
man.
appreciate you coming and whatnot. And so, for everybody, we appreciate y'all tuning in. What they need to do, Coach?
Hey, man, if you like what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and what should I say? Hit that like button, subscribe to us. If you know somebody who should be on the show, let us know, Vanetta was out there hanging out. We really didn't know much about her, and now she's got 2 true fans.
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, hit us up. Let us know so that we can give especially these young people, the love and the highlights that they deserve.
Mm-hmm. And when you watch, and tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Hey, but no, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and y'all know it's about that time. So we're going to get on out of here. We don't know what you got to do today, but we do know one thing. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. Peace.